What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Black Tie TV. Today is your first look camo for the Jungle Tech camo in Black Ops 3 multiplayer. So the Jungle Tech camo is the first multiplayer camo that you're going to get. It's either going to cost you 5 headshots with assault rifles, SMGs, LMGs, pistols, etc. It's going to be 5 one-shot, 1 kills with the sniper. Or a shotgun. It's also going to be 5 score streak kills with your launchers. So that's how you get this camo. And today is going to be the very first episode of the series where it's first look camos, where we're just going to take a look at the camo and talk about it a little bit. Obviously, I just told you how to unlock it, so that's part of the video. And we're just going to go through a gameplay, and I'm going to talk about it a little bit. Now, this gameplay got a little bit out of hand. Generally, these videos are only going to be like 4 minutes long, something like that, something pretty short, like one round of something while we just look at the camo. But I wanted to show off this gameplay because, by golly, it is a good gameplay. This is a really, really good gameplay. It was one of the best ones that I've played, and this was only like a couple rounds in. Like, this is only like I just started the game, and I'm only a couple rounds into the game when I'm doing this gameplay, and it was really, really good, and I'm pretty proud of it, and I want to talk about it. And I'm also going to talk about the Talon, and that's what we're going to get into towards the end, because I'm going to use it to I'm going to use it very effectively in this gameplay, and we're going to talk about it and how to use it the most effectively, because there's certain ways that you can use that score streak that will definitely benefit you, whereas other times it won't benefit you so much. So you got to know how to use it. It's kind of like the assault drone from older games, and we're going to talk about that. But first, let's talk about this camo. So even though this is the very first camo that you get for any of the weapons, it looks sweet. This is a really cool looking camo. I'm really proud of all the camos in this game. They all look very cool, and I'm excited to get this series underway and do the first look camos, so we can see you guys. If you haven't earned them yet, you can see what the camos look like. Even if you don't play the game, you can see what the awesome camos in this game look like, and like before you go and try to put in the effort to earning them all. So this is kind of like a prelude to the problematic camo series that I'm going to be doing, but this is just like first look. Whenever I get a new camo, I'm going to try and get it on different guns before I show it off. I'm not going to keep with the KN-44 all the time, but the KN-44 was the first one that I got this camo with, so I decided to show it off on the KN-44. So this is the Jungle Tech camo, not to be confused with the Jungle camo, which is completely different. So there are two different kinds of Jungle camos. I haven't actually seen the Jungle camo. This is the Jungle Tech one, so this is the multiplayer one. Like I said at the beginning, it's going to cost you 5 headshots, 5 one-shot, 1 kills, 5 score streak kills. It's pretty open to what you can use it for, but it's going to cost you 5. It's the very first one in the multiplayer camo unlocks. Not to be confused, like I said, with the Jungle camo, which is going to be like 200 kills in campaign mode to get the Jungle camo. This one's a little bit different. It's just 5 headshots. Very, very easy to get. I hope most of you can get this on most weapons in the game. If not, then you're in some serious trouble in this game. But it's very simple to get. I'm going to be doing a problematic camos episode in the future where I talk about how to make getting headshots easier with all weapons, and that's definitely going to help you out when you're trying to get this camo. Let's talk about what it looks like. It's pretty cool. It's got like a green and white kind of. It's kind of like it's really like camouflagey. It's not like. It's like a military camouflage, if I'd say so myself. It's like kind of dark green with bits of light green and beige in there. It's kind of like speckled. It's really cool looking, and just for being the very first camo in the game, I mean, it's pretty impressive. So it's a very, very cool one. I definitely recommend you check it out. If you have unlocked it and you just say, it's just the first camos always suck. Not the case in this game, because the first camos in this game are really cool looking, and I highly recommend that you put this camo on. It looks super cool, and it might even blend your gun in. Like, say you're hiding in the bushes in some jungle map. Say you're in Hunted and you're hiding in the bushes or something. You might be able to, and if your gun is sticking out of the bushes, when it's this camo, it might be able to blend in. You never know. So it's definitely a cool camo, and I definitely recommend you check it out. Now let's talk about the second part of this video, which I'm going to give you guys some Talon tips. The Talon score streak is actually probably one of the best score streaks in this game. And you will get given it free of charge right out the bat. You don't have to unlock it. It's super accessible, and it's very, very powerful. Now, you might be thinking, I use my talent all the time, and it gets me dick all for kills because, and I'll tell you why it's getting you dick all for kills. It's because you're not using it correctly. Generally, what most people do with the talents in this game, I've noticed, is they bring it out, they put the talent out, they let it do its thing. They just make it fly around, kind of like an assault drone from Advanced Warfare with AI. They just put it out and let it do its own thing. You cannot do that. You have to actually control the talent if you want it to just slay. So what you're going to do is you're going to hold square once you activate your talent. Find somewhere to lay down and activate your talent by holding square, and it's going to be unreal how powerful that talent is going to be. It's super, super crazy how good it is, and your mind's going to be blown, because it's like when you fly that talent around, it's like a warbird from Advanced Warfare. I'm not joking with you guys. It's super, super powerful, and it's definitely not something that you just want to brush off and say, oh, it's just one of the first score streaks, I'm not going to use it. It's actually super powerful. It's very, very good. You just have to be able to control it. You have to be able to aim very well. So whenever you get the talent, make sure you're controlling it yourself. You can't just let it do its own thing, or else it's not going to get very many kills. When it's doing its own thing, it generally flies around you and defends you, and that's not very good for when you want to get lots of kills. When you're using it with the control, you can basically just let it fly anywhere. You can fly really high up in the sky. There's not a lot of boundaries for it. You can fly in buildings, you can fly over buildings. It's not gonna like cut out the signal until you get pretty high up in the sky, and it has some nice targeting reticles. When you're aiming at enemies, they have got a big red hexagon or octagon on them, and they're very easy to spot enemies unless they're using like some of the perks that keep you off the radar. They're not going to be able to hide from your talent. And as long as you're shooting directly at that red octagon or hexagon or whatever it is, you're gonna be getting lots of easy kills, because even though that it's not a very accurate weapon, it's very effective at killing enemies when you're spraying them down, when you're hosing them down like I am. It can shoot through walls just like that. It can you can really fly it around and activate it and use it to your best potential. It's very, very good, and I highly recommend that you stick with the talent and keep trying to use the talent, and you'll be happy once you figure out how to actually use this weapon or this score streak. It's not just like it's not a throw it up in the air and forget about it a kind of weapon. You definitely need to be working with it. You need to really control it yourself. That's about it for the content of this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button. Comment down below what you think about the Talon and what you think about this Jungle Tech camo. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, like I said, give it a like, subscribe for more daily gaming goodness. We're going to get into a whole bunch more Black Ops stuff. If you missed the announcements for upcoming series on Blacktide TV for Black Ops 3, man, that's going to be so hard to keep saying Black Ops 3 and Blacktide TV like simultaneously like that. It's getting very hard to say that really quick. But if you missed some of the announcements for the series coming up, I've got a few series that I'm working on right now that are going to be coming out very soon. We're going to be doing like one video in each series probably per week. So that means we're going to do like one video a day, all day, every day for quite some time. This is going to be a huge game on the channel. We're going to be doing series all the way through the entire lifespan of this game. We've got problematic camos episodes where if you are having trouble getting a camo, I can help you out with that. We're going to be doing first look camos, which you're seeing the very first episode of right now. This is all the camos, like the first time that I earn them on any weapon. I'm going to be showing them to you guys, so in case you haven't seen the camos, you can come over and check them out and see what you're working towards. We're going to be doing Black Ops 3 survival guide, so tips and tricks on how to stay alive, how to use the multiplayer maps to the best of your advantage, and just how to be great at this game. I've got a couple more things we're going to do. You've seen it before, which is a weapon kind of guide kind of video series where I'm going to look at weapons that have been remastered from older games. Like the Weevil is actually the P90 from older games. It's just been changed a little bit to act a bit differently, look a bit differently, but it is essentially the P90 from older Call of Duty games. So that's essentially what I'm going to talk about in those videos. We're going to kind of go over certain weapons. We're also going to do did Black Ops 3 steal it, which is going to be comparisons to other games where there's things in Black Ops 3 that seem to have been taken from other games, and we're going to talk about where they kind of originated in other games and why they might have stole it or where they stole it from and which one did it better and stuff like that. So that's gonna be pretty interesting and more. We're just gonna keep cranking out awesome Black Ops 3 content on Black Tag TV. I really kind of wanted there to be variants. I know a lot of people were like, fuck variants, that shit sucks, but I kind of wanted it to be variants because my Elite vs. Elite series was like my #1 series for Black Tag TV in Advanced Warfare. But we're just finding some other stuff to fill in the void of Elite vs. Elite. Hopefully we can get into maybe some weapon reviews in the future. I'm not a huge like straight up weapon review kind of guy. I've never really done like straight up weapon reviews for every single weapon. That's kind of why Elite vs. Elite was cool, because it wasn't exactly weapon reviews. It was more like weapon comparisons between two of the best versions of a weapon. So I already knew the stats of the base weapon, and it's pretty easy to find the stats on a base weapon. Then I could just compare the elite versions. Now, in a brand new game like Black Ops 3, the statistics for weapons and doing weapon reviews and stuff are late. They're going to be delayed. Like Marvel 4 usually posts up like a spreadsheet onto Google Documents, and it has like all of the traits of all the weapons, and that's usually where I got all my information. And he usually takes some time to get his stuff out there, because obviously he has to go through and hand test or computer test every single weapon and thing in the entire game, and that's pretty intense. Like, that's a lot of work, and it's going to take quite a bit of time. Plus, we've got like guys on YouTube already, like Drifter, that's their whole Black Ops 3 thing, is like in depth, where they're just making weapon reviews and stuff, where when I do it, it's not as professional as that, and it's not going to really compete with that. So instead, we're going to find some more like fun kind of series to talk about on the channel. We might even get back into pure free-for-all. That was another big one back on Advanced Warfare. So depending on what we see in the future, we're going to talk about we're going to do some random commentaries. We're going to get into all those series. I hope you're interested in that. If you are, don't forget to hit that like button. Share this video with all your friends so that they can enjoy it and they can see this beautiful Jungle Tech camo and learn some tips about the Talon. And I'll see you guys on the next Black Tide TV video, which is probably going to be on it's going to be a Black Ops 3 survival guide on using burst fire weapons. So hopefully you're looking forward to that. That one's probably coming out tomorrow, and I'll see you guys on the next video.